profanity? Can we stop? Because my son is in the room. He's 6, so no swearing.
Right, you already heard his
Thanks for the warning, folks.
I don't know how I'm going to do this now, seriously. I was thinking this morning, how... I was very disappointed by the PowerPoint today. I was thinking, as I was running the content of the train on the way in, like, I'm used to like 5 little dots on a slide, and I thought, well, this audience, nobody's going to be using PowerPoint, right? We all hate PowerPoint. And then I came here and there were 5 little dots on the slide, so I guess we're not all so different after all. So I'm the enterprise kid out of it. So yeah, I work in large enterprise IT, and it's kind of a subject which has become really close to my mind and my imagination lately, which is why does the wider enterprise, why does the wider development indicate us so much? There are a bunch of reasons for that. But I've written some blog posts and they've hit the wider community. You just get abuse. And it's not my fault I work in the SAP industry. Well, it probably is. But what I want to do is maybe just explain how, in my mind at least, these two communities are maybe not so far away as they think they are. And there are changes, social technologies going on, technology changes going on that maybe mean it's time to spend some more time talking to each other. So, with that in mind, 6.7 billion people this year, maybe, of which 2 billion have a computer, which is, or access to the internet, which is amazing. And probably, if we take that into account, 20 million developers worldwide. We put that in the context of where I work, there's about a community of about 2 million developers worldwide. What they do, nobody knows, right? But what worried me about this particular audience was if you take that context, probably about, well, 70% of those are fertile. And about 5 of those got any chance of ever getting laid. James, am I allowed to say laid? And probably 5% of those have got any chance of remembering not to use a prophylactic. This one, James, your conference ideas, it's not good because it's going to die out. Developers are extinct species. But just putting that into context on a serious note, there's about 2 million SAP developers, about maybe, I'm making up numbers, but 20 million worldwide. So 80% of those people don't go anywhere near these systems. And since beer is the topic, it'd be rude not to put it in the context. So, 148 billion litres of beer made each year. I hope we're going to make a dent in that tonight. That's hope. But in the context, we'll just put it back to the untapped thing for a second, and that comment on microbreweries, because that's 5% of the world's beer is made by microbreweries. The other 95% is made by the big beer manufacturers. What's really frightening about that, according to this audience, is 90% of those run SAP as their core system. So 90% of the, I mean by volume, so 90% of the world's beer production is done by SAP, 100% of the microbreweries don't use SAP. You'd like to. And the other 5%, they're not there yet, we're working on that. And you put that in the context of Untapped, by the way, and you open your Untapped, and you click on the macro breweries, and out of those top 9, 8 of them run SAP. So what's not actually to be interested in? Because if we think, I think there's been sort of 3 broad shifts happening in technology today. And I can't even remember what my numbers are anymore. 10%. 10% of the world's population has now got some kind of that's kind of closer to 25, I think, in the UK and North America. But that's total globally 10%, and that's rising at some enormous rate. So we can access this enormous group of people, and really that's what developer community is all about, is reaching out to people. And we have these great social apps, and coming back to the point of beer, we can reach 25% of the UK theoretically on our taps. That's a nice big audience. And that's the number of bytes of information that was created last year. So we combine this ability to reach this massive audience of people with the amount of information that's being generated. And you combine that with just an enormous volume of information available in these systems of record, like SAP, information about customers, about products and pricing, the terribly, terribly complex things that the likes of Workday and Salesforce are only replicating this small amount right now. And what SAP is doing, which is really interesting, is they're building out to allow access to all of these other people. So that their integration compliant, OData, REST-based services, JSON, you can get right away into the systems of record. Once again, all the popular tools, Xcode, Eclipse, Visual Studio, plugins for all of those things. And I'm just sitting there and thinking, why not? Why not stay untapped? Why not go back and offer to Molson Coors, Diageo, Scotts and Newcastle? You can go back and integrate with them on the social point. Integrate back and sell services back into those businesses. The opportunity for the development community is just, for me, it's just enormous. And you don't have to worry about this enormous cost of integration because it's all there, it's all out of the box. So I just want really the wider development community and the enterprise community to kind of reproduce, maybe? I don't know. James, that's me done.
You done? Yeah. Oh my God, that was so short and so sweet.
Okay.
Well, I think the bottom line there, and it's interesting, so I do a lot of work with SAP, is exactly what John's talking about. There are these huge, screwed up, monolithic systems, but the simple truth is, a lot of them have been service-oriented and modularized to some extent, and being able to use the technologies we're all used to using as web developers to get value out of that. Big opportunity, a chance to make money. So one of the things about craft and sustainability and doing your own thing is you have to get paid. So maybe some of this enterprising stuff is worth keeping an eye on. The reason I thought it was interesting transition was that question of transaction. Because you're talking about transactions, systems of record as opposed to systems of engagement. Thank you.
On systems of engagement, you don't have to use it. The point is, you don't have to, and you shouldn't use SAP technologies if you don't want to do systems of engagement. I mean, DJ is joining us shortly. He was on Project Kickoff, and these guys are using CMS technology, non-SAP, .NET, integrating right away back through this stuff. So they're creating a system of engagement, which is going to be a real next generation e-commerce system. And they're using all that value of this systems of record for pricing, which is terribly difficult. You know, 150 different pricing modules this customers got.
That sounds great. We all want 150 different pricing modules, don't we?
Well, that's their business model.
Okay, sure.
Like I said, it is complicated, but it's all abstracted. So we get to engage using great technology. You guys know how to write them. Our developers don't.